I grew up with my dad and brother. My mom died when I was 10. I was 13 at this point, and my brother was 16 and was out with friends. I used to go out until late at night drinking on the park with friends. My dad was an alcoholic and always too drunk to know if I was at home or not. I had free reign and no rules or boundaries. My dad used to invite random alcoholic drug-using strangers into the house. Often when I came home, these strangers and my dad would be passed out, asleep from too much alcohol, or they would barely notice I was there and I'd go straight to my room. One day I'd come back from being out with friends. It was the early hours. I walked through the living room to go upstairs to my room and my dad was asleep on the armchair. The guy he'd brought back was around mid-50s. I didn't recognize him. He looked at me and something was off about him. He smiled and stared and tried to start a conversation with me, but I was keen to get to my bedroom. I went upstairs and got my pajamas on for bed and then dashed to use the bathroom. As I was walking to the bathroom, he said to me, "You look nice in those pajamas," and he was smiling at me and creeping me out. I went back to my room instead of using the bathroom and I shut the door behind me. I had a lock on my bedroom door and I used that. He was then trying to open my bedroom door and I was so scared because I knew something was off and that he had bad intentions. I dragged my bed across my room to block the door in case he barged it open and broke the lock. He's knocking on the door. "I'm just trying to say hello, don't be so rude, open the door." I'm not responding. I'm panicking. I was a smart 13-year-old and I knew I was in danger. The bed is blocking the door and it's still locked and I can hear him pushing against the door trying to get inside. I open my bedroom window and I scream again and again, "Help, help, please," at the top of my lungs. What I later found out was that my neighbors heard me, and knowing my dad was an alcoholic, was assuming something had happened to him. He came round, must have seen that my dad is asleep. He comes up to my room and he's knocking to get in and I can hear his voice, a voice of safety. Although I trusted my neighbors, I'm so shook up that I'm now just sat in the corner of my room in a ball crying, shaking and panicked. He knocks the door open and is pushing it open against the weight of the bed. He came in and checked on me, assuming I must be hurt. He just holds me whilst I compose myself and try and explain what has happened. The man is now gone. But I knew he could come back any time in the future, and my dad was never sober enough for me to have ever been able to explain. This was the final straw for social services, and that's the night I ended up in the care system.